flag salute yesterday, so let's do that right now, please. Please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Alrighty, the read aloud I have for today in that classic series is this one, SkippyJonJones. Has anyone seen or heard this before? It's a pretty newly considered classic in the last 20-25 years. Judy Schachner is the author and illustrator. This is a signed book. She wrote my name here when she came to visit Bryant a few years ago. Thank you, Miss Aliberti, for these wonderful author visits. SkippyJonJones. Just coming back to our reading comprehension skills, remembering we have our remembers, we have our, this reminds me of, connect. We have our monitoring our thinking. And our new one for this week is the question. I wonder? All right. Every morning, SkippyJonJones woke up with the birds. That's another way of saying wakes up early. And this did not please his mother at all. Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Riches, ordered Mama Junebug Jones. He's actually with the birds. No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds, she scolded, or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath. SkippyJonJones is acting like a bird. I wonder what made him start to do that. The lecture went on and on as usual. You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants, said his mother, about just what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse, or a grouse, not a moose, or a goose, not a rat, or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet, she added, closing the bedroom door. He was looking a bit sullen. But once he was alone, SkippyJonJones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm SkippyJonJones, and I bounce on my bed. At once or 6 times, I land on my head. Ooh. I wonder if he's being as safe as he should be. On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, SkippyJonJones shot past his bedroom mirror. Holy guacamole! Exclaimed SkippyJonJones. What was that? So he went up again, and it appeared again. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, my ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua. Back on land, SkippyJonJones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, SkippyJonJones began to sing in a muy soft voice. My name is Stupito Fresquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, y ascendido. It's a very creative cat. Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones, that's the siblings, were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. Can SkippyJon come out of his room now? Asked Jujubee. I wonder if they know what's going on upstairs. No, answered Mama Junebug Jones. Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking. In fact, SkippyJon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road, far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. Ay caramba, what goes there? Asked SkippyJonJones. We go by the name of Los Chimichangos, growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. Who are you? I am El Skippito, the great sword fighter, said SkippyJonJones. I wonder, does he really know how to use a sword? Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. Why the mosquito, dude? Asked Poquito Tito. I go incognito, said Skippito. Do you like rice and beans? Asked Pintolito. Si, I love mice and beans, said Skippito. He might be the dog of our dreams, whispered Rosalita. Perhaps, said Tia Mia, if he knows the secret password. I wonder what that is. Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret word into the Chihuahua's very large ear. Bless you, said Don Diego. Gracias, said Skippito. Then it's true, decreed Don Diego. Yippee, yippee, yippito. It's the end of Alfredo Bozito. Skippito is here. We have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad bumblebito. Then all of the chimichangos went crazy loco. I think the secret word was thank you, gracias. First they had a fiesta. Then they took a siesta. Fun rhyme words in here. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great bumblebito for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bozito, whispered the crowd. El blimpo bumblebito bandito. Si, said Poquito Tito. The bandito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Skippito, outraged. Si, Poquito continued. Red beans, black beans, Boston bacon blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly, too. All those were kinds of beans. And now he comes for us, Poquito added. Por qué? Asked Skippito. Because we are full of the beans, too. Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? Asked Skippito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Poquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me? Asked Skippito. Then all of the chimichangos turned towards Skippito, the great sword fighter. I wonder if he realized what his fib, the trouble he might get into now. But poor Skippito had no time for plan because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skippito, or it is you, the bandito, will ito, they cried. Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth shattered like the castanets. Then in a muy soft voice he said, My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Bozito flew straight for Skippito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles! Cried Skippito as he thrust his sword in the air. Suddenly, bah! Went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword, and quicker than one could say chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bozito, the bumblebito bandito. Oh my gosh, it worked. You pop the bee and the beans are coming out. Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippito, our hero is El Skippito. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from SkippyJonJones' room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room, just in time to see Skippy John's closet explode. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. SkippyJonJones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a muy soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up SkippyJon and covered his head with furry, purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. The story he made up was about his bee piñata. That night when he was supposed to be going to sleep, SkippyJon began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm SkippyJonJones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, and forget about that. Say good night, SkippyJonJones called his mama. Buenas noches, mis amigos, said SkippyJonJones. He's a colorful character.